Keke, what's it like going up against this defense here for you? Yeah, I know there's a lot of new PEs on the field there. Everybody says iron sharpens iron when you're out there. Do you feel that's the way it's been going so far in camp?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the biggest thing with everything Coach Wilkes is bringing every day is a challenge. I mean, they're working on a lot of different looks, switching coverages up each and every day. So, I mean, every day is just a constant battle, getting used to seeing those different looks and being able to adjust to them on the fly, as well as the constant competition. I mean, it makes it a battle each and every day we go out there to practice, which is ultimately going to make us better.
Can you tell me your and the team's reaction to Richard Taylor getting on scholarship yesterday and kind of the way Coach Drake announced it as well?
Oh, man, that was amazing. I mean, I was sitting, like, right there in the front row, and, like, Coach Drake had, like, gave him, like, the Juice, like, Player of the Day, which is, like, a huge accomplishment. And Coach Drake had asked him to, like, kind of, like, read what kind of juice it was. And, like, once he kind of read it, it was, like, a special scholarship juice. And, like, everybody just went wild because, I mean, Richard, he's a guy that embodies everything it means to be a Mizzou Tiger. I mean, he comes in to work each and every day, never complains, goes out there, gives 110%, and does everything that he's asked to do on and for this team. So, I mean, you love seeing a guy like that rewarded for all his hard work, and I know that he's going to make a huge difference and continue to be that guy that he's always been.
Keke, with Connor being named one of the two new captains, how have you seen him progress as a leader from last year into this year football?
I'm just seeing a guy that's getting confident, more confident each and every day. I mean, he knows that he has a lot of guys looking up to him, looking towards him for that leadership, to be dependable and somebody that we can trust each and every day. And he's grown into that role, and he's well deserved to be a captain for this team. He's extremely confident and poised, and he's getting more comfortable being a vocal leader instead of just a leader just by action. And I think the team is responding really well to that. And he's embodied that challenge, and I'm looking forward to seeing everything that he can do for us this year.
At what point last year do you feel like you really started to have some chemistry with this?
I mean, kind of just as the season went on, I mean, we worked a lot more and more. I mean, like I said, last year, I mean, with everything that went on, I mean, just from like how the season started, just to growing each and every day. It was just more so as time passed. I mean, as we got deeper in the year, I mean, we knew that he was going to be our guy like week 3, week 4. So, I mean, from that point on, we just continued to put in that work, and slowly it started to come together. And towards the end of the season, you've seen some of the things that we were able to do, and which was huge for us. So, I mean, going into this offseason, we put a huge emphasis on just continue to focus on that timing and developing that chemistry. And we want to get to a point out there where in every situation, I know what he's thinking and he knows what I'm thinking. So, I mean, when you have two guys that's always on the same page like that, I mean, that combination is going to be hard to stop. So that's something that we really put a focus on this year.
You mentioned developing chemistry with quarterbacks. Obviously, no one wants a situation where the starting quarterback is unavailable, but is it important to get a day like today where you do have a chance to have a little bit of reps with the guys behind Connor, just to, in case something were to happen? Absolutely.
I mean, this is football. I mean, no play is guaranteed, so I mean, you never know what can happen on each snap of the ball. So I mean, you always have to have that emergency ready. So I mean, today I feel like was a good day for us. I mean, hopefully we won't have that problem during this season. But I mean, if it does happen, I mean, we have to be able to adjust and respond, and we have to be able to be on the same page with the next guy and keep this thing moving and keep this train going and keep this offense flowing and doing elite things.
From the offseason and into fall camp?
I love Tez, everything that he brings to that defense, man. I mean, he's the leader over there. I mean, and with that, I see a guy who's always eager to learn. I mean, the most impressive thing about Tez, I mean, he wants to know everything. I mean, I constantly hear about him asking questions, trying to get more details on how to constantly improve. And when you have a leader like that who always wants to improve, I mean, that just that sparks everybody else to kind of take forward of what he's doing. I mean, because each and every day you have to go out there and the rent is due. I mean, it don't matter what you did yesterday or the day before. Each and every day you step on that field, I mean, you have to be able to prove it. And Tez is a guy, he goes out there with that mindset to be the best version of himself each and every day, and that ultimately makes that whole defense better.
Speaking of your growth, have you taken a moment to kind of think about your journey since transferring with Mantle and how much you've grown over the past year in some training?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just from looking at myself now to where I was last year, I mean, I'm light years ahead of where I was, but I'm nowhere near close to what I can be. So, I mean, that constantly motivates me every day. I mean, I want to go out there and constantly find ways to get better, fine-tune the details of the game, and just be a leader. And hopefully that I know that'll take my game to new heights. So, I mean, I just keep that focus in perspective each and every day.
You mentioned wanting to constantly get better. Down the stretch last season, you really emerged as a big-time receiver for this team. Is there anything in particular that going into this year that you wanted to improve, even though you were making those strides last year?
Yeah, I mean, the ultimate thing is consistency. I mean, like I said, I mean, last year was last year. I mean, it was okay, but I mean, we know that we have big goals ahead of us this year. So I mean, the biggest thing for me is just it's a clean slate. It's a new year. I got to go out there and prove it again. I mean, obviously, I'm going to be looked to and asked to do a lot of things for this offense. So I mean, I have to be ready to uphold that challenge and always be dependable. Always be someone that the coaches, they know they can trust to be able to make plays when my number is called, and be able to make plays for others when their number is called, whether that be blocking for the running backs or just being someone that's just a constant competitor. So I mean, that's my main focus, is just going out there and just being me, just being the best Keke I know I can be to help this team win.
Anything else for Keke?
Keke, a couple of weeks left until the season opener. Where do you feel the team is at with a couple of weeks left to go in terms of preparation for Central Michigan?
I feel like we're on the right track. I mean, each day we're constantly taking steps in the right direction. But I mean, we're the type of team. I mean, regardless of how good it's going, I mean, we don't want to pat ourselves on the back. I mean, regardless of how great it might seem or how good it might seem, I mean, we constantly focus on those things that we got to do better. And that's ultimately where our mind is at right now. We want to continue to improve. I think we've got about 15 or 16 days left until we play Central Michigan. So we're constantly looking to improve each and every day. So, I mean, when we go out there, we know that we're putting our best foot forward to take that right step to get a win.